Yeah, fibro fog is basically a state of conscious confusion that comes along with chronic pain conditions, particularly fibromyalgia, and it was coined specifically for fibromyalgia because it was such a common feature of this disorder. And it's really, more than naming it and diagnosing it and more than recommending any particular treatments for it, it's vitally important to understand why it exists and how it develops in order for you to be able to manage this thing. And so basically the short version is when you develop a chronic pain pattern such as fibromyalgia and you recognize in almost a hopeless sense that there's no known cause, there's no known treatment, there's some things we can do to help make you feel better, it triggers a mechanism in the human body called the HPA axis, the hypothalamus, the pituitary, and the adrenal axis. And this system is a fail-safe system designed to protect you from impending threats. And so when you start to feel the pain, you start to feel the hopelessness, you get the diagnosis, you find that you're not getting any results, you start to gain weight, you start to have all of the symptoms, widespread pain and the fatigue associated with fibromyalgia, you're not sleeping well, and you realize that there is almost no known way out of this dilemma, this HPA axis kicks into effect and essentially does several things. One, it starts to produce an enormous volume of stress hormones. And when in the presence of those stress hormones, all of the blood is shuttled away from the viscera, the internal organs, the digestion, the elimination, the liver function, kidney function, even the heart function, and the blood is shuttled to the extremities to put your body in a state of fight or flight, a readiness to engage this perceived threat. But the other thing that happens with the shuttling of the blood is it's shuttled from the forebrain or the prefrontal cortex to the hindbrain, which is a reflexive mammalian brain and the oldest brain known in the development of the human species. And it basically shuts down the available nutrients, the removal of waste product, and the increase in ability of your mental capacity to consciously function normally. And so it sets up a state of confusion, of a lack of awareness, inability to concentrate, and a number of other features that collectively are known as fibro fog. And then the third major feature of this HPA axis, or the stress hormones, being present in sufficient quantities over a period of time, is that it shuts down your immune system, so it makes you much more susceptible to the symptoms and creates a vicious cycle. So now you're having all the symptoms of fibromyalgia, in addition to which you've developed the fibro fog, which then perpetuates all of the symptoms and actually makes them worse.